How's it going, everybody? It's Saiyan Prince back again with another PlayStation Vita video. I haven't done one of these in a little while. This is just going to be a showcase of my modded PlayStation Vita. The last one I did was, I think, in January, and it is now June of 2021. So about 6 months have gone by. A lot has changed with my Vita, and I just wanted to showcase some of the things. If you guys are returning back to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe if you're interested in these kind of videos. I'll try and update them as often as I can. Also, I get a lot of these same questions, so I wanted to go ahead and rattle some off, some answers real quick. I'm going to link the case, which is, it's a top player case. It has the back triggers and the L1, the L1 and L2, and then the R1 and R2. And the way those work, it's all magnets. Here, let you guys see it a little better that way. I really like this. I didn't rock this for a while, mostly because it is kind of large. So like if you can see, it's got like the handles, it's kind of large. So I didn't rock this for a while, but now I keep it in this case, and that's mostly due to my top player case, which I actually found on Wish, and it's a pretty cool thing. It's actually got even a little strap on it and all that, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty sturdy. I'll go ahead and open it up so you guys can see what I'm dealing with here. And it was already open. There you go. Yeah, so it's I've got like a little thing to wipe the screen off, and then it can hold a few games in there, and it can just be housed right in there. I will try and find the link for this. I bought it a little while ago. Like I said, it's been about 6 months since I did the last video, but I carry this with me everywhere. So if you guys are carrying your modded Vita or your PlayStation Vita around and you have a top player case, this is the case for the case that goes on your Vita. So I wanted to show that off. I will link that, and I will also link the case for this as well if you guys are interested. I just found this on Amazon. I think it was like 30 something bucks. Not too bad, and it keeps it nice and protected. I have a screen protector on it. So anyways, this is running firmware 3.65. It is modded. It's a modded PlayStation Vita, and it's got permanent homebrew on it. So it is Enzo 3.65. I also have plugins installed for a custom message on boot. So I'll show you guys that real quick. So it's going to show the Enzo symbol, transition to PlayStation Vita. I will link in the description how to do that. It's really pretty simple. Once you've modded your Vita, it's pretty simple to do. So, and I also have a custom boot message. I changed from my Kingdom Hearts theme, so I have to change that message because now I'm rocking a PlayStation Vita Saiyan Prince Vegeta theme. So this is custom. And I'll turn it up a little bit. The song is really cool. I actually converted a YouTube video. Shout out to Rifti Beats on YouTube. Link will be in the description. He had actually come up with this song, and it's the Saiyan Prince Vegeta theme. So I had to put it on here. I had to convert it to an AT9 format, which is the music format that the Vita recognizes for the custom themes. The custom theme manager is something that is pretty easy to get on here. And then once you get the custom theme manager right here, once you get that, it is pretty simple to go into your files and swap out the ones that you want. Just swap out here and there. So like all my main buttons I have is like Dragon Balls. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's a Vegeta theme. So yeah, like I was saying, I get a couple of the same questions every time I do this type of video. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys, I don't mod other people's consoles, but I will link down in the description people who do. Now it's on Etsy and places like that. They have good reviews, so I will link them if you guys are interested in getting your Vita modded by someone else. It'll require you to send it in because it requires your PlayStation Network account to be linked to it, okay? I will also, if you are interested in modding your Vita for the first time by yourself, I will link the most recent guide that I can find. It's pretty simple. You're going to need a PC, Windows preferred, and you should be on your way. You know, this kind of thing is really pretty simple. I didn't have a whole lot of experience modding consoles before this, okay? Another thing, all of the online functions do still work. Let me say that again. All the online functions work. That is including trophies. That is including online play, accessing your PlayStation Store. All of these things, they still work. They are not affected by you modding your console. Okay, and I'm willing to help you guys. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comments below. I'm willing to help you guys if you're trying to mod your own consoles, but I just wanted to let y'all know. So I am running Adrenaline on here for all of my PSP games. See, I have multiple folders with PSP games, and I'm also using Adrenaline to run my PlayStation 1 games. And I'm going to go through all of these. I have about 200 games on the system. So just wanted to let y'all know ahead of time. Might be kind of a long video here, but I wanted to do an update because it's been about 6 months since the last time I showed you guys. And since then, I've upgraded my case. I have upgraded to a 256 gigabyte SD card. It's a micro SD card. Just found it on Amazon, about 20 bucks. Super easy to do. The way that when you mod, and most of y'all probably already know this, but when you mod, you can actually take an SD to Vita adapter, pop it into your Vita's game slot, and use a micro SD. So all of these games are digital. You don't lose access to being able to play physical games when you mod your console. You don't lose any functionality, but you're going to lose your hack features, your modding features, if you have a game in the slot where your SD to Vita is at. So keep that in mind, okay? In my last video, I had a 126 gigabyte micro SD card, something like that, and I've basically doubled up my space now. So I have a 256. I have about 10 gigabytes left of storage space on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the games if you guys are interested, and I'm going to have timestamps all below as well. Okay, so let's go back to the first page here, and I'll just kind of show some of these games. These are my PlayStation Vita games. So that's Ys 8, Ys Memories of Salcedo, Origins, Uncharted, Golden Abyss, Dragon's Crown, Injustice, and Shinobito 2. A lot of these games I was able to get on PKGJ, the modded PlayStation Vita store. Some of them I had to source myself. So if they didn't have a game on there that I really wanted, I would get on my PC and convert that game file to an eboot.pbp file and then drop it in the Vita. And then you'd have to do your own artwork for stuff like that, but just wanted to showcase my games here. I got a bunch of games on here. Dragon Quest Heroes 2, that's an English patched version. It's easy enough to search up. I think I found that on just searching Dragon Quest Heroes 2 English version, and then was able to follow a patch guide and just patched it to English. It's really pretty simple. These are my PSP games, or my first page of PSP games. So Castlevania, Prince of Persia, the 3 Prince of Persias here, Crisis Core, all of the God of Wars, Tactics Ogre. Someone actually requested that I check that out in my last video, so I downloaded it and it's pretty cool. So appreciate that. Monster Hunter, Def Jam, Daxter. Let's see if I can get closer here. We got Legend of Heroes, Street Fighter, Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, Burnout Legends, Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, Assassin's Creed, I think that's Bloodlines, and Dead or Alive Paradise. Dynasty Warriors. So I'm not going to read off all the titles of these. Hopefully you guys can see it. I think this might have been one I had to source myself. The Tenchu Shadow Assassins. Got the Narutos for PSP. The Grand Theft Autos for PSP. And the Dragon Ball Zs. Which Tenkaichi Tag is pretty cool. I've been having fun with that one. PlayStation 1. This is just my first folder of PlayStation 1. I've got all the Tomb Raiders. The Bloody Roars, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Mana, Gex, Spyro, and Spyro 2. All the Mortal Kombats. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Tarzan, Xena, Hercules, Marvel vs. Capcom. These are all the PlayStation 1 versions. This one looks a little different. You notice how the bubbles are different? It's because this one I'm actually using a Retroarch bubble. So this game is run through Retroarch, and there's a bubble manager that I will talk a little bit more about in just a few minutes. Castlevania, the Spider-Mans. I think these Spider-Mans aren't included on the PKGJ, the store. I don't think they're included on there, so I had to source those, I'm pretty sure. All the Final Fantasies. Still working my way through those. And then the Tekkens. All these games play full speed. If they didn't play full speed, they didn't make it, with the exception of Nintendo 64. And it's because I'm still doing testing on those, and we already covered those. Okay, and then page 2, I got more Vita games. Spelunky, Attack on Titan, Blaze Blue. A lot of these were recommended to me either on Reddit or on my channel, so I just kind of wanted to check them out. Muramasa, Minecraft, Hotline Miami, and the sequel for it, the Jak and Daxter Collection, Need for Speed, Ratchet and Clank. First time playing Ratchet and Clank, pretty cool. Not bad at all. I've been enjoying that. Legend of Heroes, Trials of Cold Steel, Samurai Warriors. All right, so these here, all of these bubbles for my Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and N64, these are all bubbles that I was able to make. They are routed through Retroarch. So basically what happens is I have these games in Retroarch, not Adrenaline, nothing like that, and not even standalone emulators. It's all run through Retroarch, and then I've made bubbles that will allow me to launch directly into these games. Okay, and if you guys are interested in that, I have a video on my channel showing how to do that with the program that the official Flow had come up with, and then Renegon Amate, and then my buddy Daryl Yadin, he actually modified their program and made it seamless. It's much easier to navigate. It's super fast to make these bubbles now. You can probably make a bubble in about a minute. As long as you have the ROM and the images, you can make one of these bubbles in about 60 seconds. So really convenient. Shout out to Daryl for that. You're awesome, dude. Got all the Pokemons, obviously. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. Now, all these play great. Every single one of these plays great. Saves work. I showed how saves work in my last video, where I talk about the Retro Builder 3.0. So all the saves work on all of these. Everything works. If it didn't work, it wouldn't be on here, with the exception of Nintendo 64. And like I said earlier, I have Nintendo 64 here, and I've made bubbles for them. The Nintendo 64, the Daedalus X64 emulator, is still in progress. Renegon Amate is still working on it as far as I know. They have come out with regular updates this year, but as of right now, only some of my games play at full speed. So just keep that in mind if you're going to get the Daedalus N64 emulator. Okay, the Zelda games, they play at full speed, but they have some graphical issues. Pokemon Stadium plays well, Batman Beyond plays well. Most of these that I put on here play well. I have a lot more games than this in my system, but I only made bubbles for the ones that played well, so keep that in mind. Okay, I've also got Cool Borders and the sequels, Crash Bandicoot and the sequels, and Crash Team Racing. I've heard a lot of good things about that. I still have to get around to it. Darkstalkers and the sequels, Arc Arena, Tony Hawk's. You got to have the Tony Hawk's, you know. Twisted Metal is a lot of fun. Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and Soul Reaver. Then we got Sim City. This one here I had to source myself. This was one I played as a kid, and it was a lot of fun, so I went ahead and did that. It's Shadow of Darkness Ninja. You know, it's not a very good game, but I enjoyed it as a kid, so I put it on here. Let's see, Hot Shots Golf 2, All-Star Slam and D-Ball, Alone in the Dark, Chrono Trigger, All-Star Boxing, Aces, Disney's Lilo and Stitch, Silent Hill, Resident Evil 2, Siphon Filter 3. Okay, guys, y'all stick with me. That's 2 pages down. Okay, these here are some more bubbles that I've made for SNES games or NES games. I know Pokemon Yellow is actually on the Game Boy, but some guy somewhere, I think it was in China or something, actually made a hack version where they put it on the NES. It was kind of fun, so I went ahead and popped it on here too. So these are my like NES and Super Nintendo games. These are my Pokemon ROM hacks. Big fan of Pokemon and the ROM hacks. So I have Ash Gray, Unbound, Glazed, Emerald Kaizo, Gaia, Red Chapter, Water Blue, Cloud White, Orange Islands, and Mega Power. And then these are really cool. This is kind of new on here. So these are like ports and little oddities. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, and San Andreas. These are Android ports. And then Vice City is a PC port that the Official Flow and Renegon Amante did. So they all run at full speed. Everything works great on them. Okay. The Naruto to Boruto, this is like a single battle, but it seems to be using a very similar type of engine to the Ninja Storm series. So it's just one battle that you can play. It's kind of like a training mode thing. You can't pick your character, nothing like that, but it's really cool project. So I got it on here. Cuphead is still in progress. It's only got the first couple of bosses, I believe. So I played through those as well, and I update it when they have updates for it. Bully works pretty good. I did a whole video dedicated to Bully just about a week or 2 ago, so check that out. A lot of people have had issues with Bully. They say it crashes. They have issues, whatever. I haven't had any issues. I only play it for maybe an hour at a time, but I haven't had a single crash, no slowdown, and I am also using the overclocking feature PSV shell, which I think it's, yeah, I can bring up my PS Vita shell menu. This is what my overclock settings are at currently. And then I also have Ink, which is a fun game that my buddy recommended, and also Silly Tower. They recommended these. They're just little quirky games, kind of fun. And then these are all like my plugins and things. So this is all the default PlayStation Vita stuff. And then this is like the plugins and hacks and stuff that I've tinkered around with. So I have Enzo and the homebrew browser, which is exactly like it sounds. And then I have, custom themes manager, which if you download, you can put custom themes on like I have in the background there. Adrenaline, MGBA, standalone emulators, and then bubble makers. You got to have Vita shell to make it all happen. So I have Retroarch, package installer, stuff like that. Moonlight, so I can actually play my PC, but on my Vita on the go. So that's pretty cool. And then some font installers and stuff like, just to further modify it. Let's see here. I can showcase some of the gameplay here so you guys can kind of see what we're dealing with when it comes to the Nintendo 64. So like I said, I use the bubble manager to just basically launch into this ROM using the Daedalus 64 emulator. It's okay. It's okay. I've been saying I wanted to do a video talking about Daedalus for a while now, and I just haven't gotten around to it because it's just not there yet. So here. Pretty much full speed here. Sound is a little rough. It's a little crackly. Mostly there's just minor graphical issues. Like if you look in the background here, the trees aren't filled in. Little slowdown here and there. So all in all, it doesn't play terribly, don't get me wrong. And they've done a really good job with a lot of these emulators. But I have so many different ways that I can play this particular game that right now the Vita doesn't call out to me to play it on the Vita because it's just not there yet. You know, if it's not perfect, I don't really like messing with it. I'll wait till updates come out, you know, that kind of thing. But again, it is playable. You're gonna have slowdown here and there. Nothing major, nothing game breaking, you know, nothing like that. Also, if you hit the start button, I think some of the menus here, I think it was to come back and save. Yeah, see, it kind of makes it choppy, but then it's right back at it, you know. And then I have the C buttons mapped to my right analog stick, so if Nobby, if she wants to annoy the crap out of me, I can talk to her, or I can switch to the stick or the whatchamacallit, the slingshot. But yeah, you know, so it's all right. It's just not there yet though. So I wanted to showcase that. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is one of my all-time favorite games. So I wanted to showcase that a little bit. Wanted to showcase what the Vita is capable of. You know, you guys, you know, you may or may not be interested in having your live area, you know, filled up like this. You may only want to go into Retroarch and, you know, access your games from there. But for me, I wanted to put them all in my live area and, you know, be able to access them from here. You know, so I could start Emerald, or I could start, you know, Castlevania, you know, and I just have, and it just launches into Retroarch, and then it automatically launches the ROM. So, and I have a video about this. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because this video is already getting to be pretty long, but I will try and leave a link to everything I've talked about. You know, the case, the modding guide, you know, the Rifti beats for his music in the background. You know, it's awesome. All of this stuff, it's really pretty cool, and it's only if you want to customize your Vita's experience, you know. So I even have achievements that come up, so you can access your Retroarch achievements. Let's see. So if I come down, achievements. Yeah, so see, I have all these achievements that I've unlocked with their badges. Retroarch is really pretty cool. If you haven't made you an achievements account, I highly recommend doing that. It's really cool. It adds that layer of you know, polish to your Vita, to the experience, you know. So, and everything works great. I can use the D-pad, I can use the analog stick. You know, I have the buttons mapped however I want. I have circle as A and then X as B. Yeah, so I've actually played this one a good bit. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know, just check it out. Dude, you know, if you guys are interested in modding your consoles or whatever, you know, just ask me in the comments below. Say I play it a lot, I'm getting my ass kicked. But anyways, you guys get the idea. Yeah, if you're interested in doing anything like this, just give me a shout. Leave a comment on the video, ask questions, leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to do an update video because it's been about 6 months since my last one, and my games library has literally more than doubled. All right, thanks guys. Y'all have a good one. Later.